Alrighty. Hello, and welcome back to a current issue. I was trying to think of like a current affair, but not. A parody, if you will. Hi, welcome back. It's been, I think, a couple of weeks. Yeah, definitely been a couple of weeks since we did a video on here. I had Christmas gatherings with family. As you know, Christmas just happened. Merry Christmas to all. Happy New Year. Yada yada yada. Um hmm. Today I'm going to be talking about a TikTok mom who has been pissing everybody off. Uh Rightfully so, question mark. We will get to the bottom of that today. First things first though, I just want to go through some of my other stuff that's been going on, I suppose. Um, oh yeah, I'm in a different room today. It's welcome to my bedroom again. I have banished myself to the bedroom today because recording in front of people is awkward. So I said it. Also, you might notice two Pusheen things right here, and there's a third one right out of view over there. Do you want to know what happened? Okay, get this. We go shopping Christmas. It's like near Christmas, right? Me and Caleb go shopping. I see a cute little. We go to like this American lolly store, candy store, as you might say, and I see this cute little Pusheen thing. I look through the whole store. Nothing really catches my attention that much, especially considering it's like, well, if I buy something, I kind of have to eat it like immediately, right? I probably can't take it on the plane with me, so I see the Pusheen thing. Jokes on me, apparently you can. I don't know. I don't know much about like plane travel. I seem to always overthink it like so much. Anyway, so I buy one of these Pusheen things and I go, that is so cute. I love Pusheen. What are the odds? To my horrors, I read the back of the packaging after buying it. Red 40. I wonder if the controversy around Red 40 is even like, is that real? Are we really afraid of Red 40? I think a lot of it's an artificial color, I guess. Are we afraid of that? I don't know. Anyway, so I buy one, and my I guess you could say my mother-in-law, she sees it and she goes, "Wow, that's really cute." Christmas Day comes. I open my present. Two more. Two more of these little fucking Pusheens. She went to the store that we bought the original one from, and she bought me like two more. So I thought that was pretty funny, but I think like they're like metal cases, so the candy inside is kind of like little chalky round things. I would equate them to like breath mints in a way, but they're more lollies than a mint, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. So it's unfortunate that I don't like the taste of them. I kind of just bought it for the Pusheen case, but I reckon we could probably do something with it. Anyway, whatever. That's I had a good time Christmas with family, you know. Um yeah, it was a good time. I had a really nice holiday. It was so nice being like away for like 2 weeks and not having to like worry about work and not having to stress about things, and then eventually the days just sort of like started to meld together, and it was like so hectic. We were doing something like every single friggin' day. So, yeah, but it was like a good type of busy. Yeah. Yeah, that was my Christmas. How was your Christmas? Was it good? Do you celebrate Christmas? I've been seeing a lot of stuff on TikTok about like Merry Hello Christmas, Merry Hello Christmas. And I just keep saying it because it's just so funny. Jingle jingle hello Christmas. Because I was thinking about this morning. It's so bizarre to me that like Christmas is it's like the official holiday. However, like a lot of people don't are like not like religious, but it's like you're sort of forced to see it everywhere. I was just thinking like Ramadan and stuff like or like Chinese New Year, we don't really see that like everywhere. I guess it depends on where you live, right? But yeah, I guess that is probably just where you live, I suppose, but it's like thinking that there's a whole group of people There's groups of people who have to like go like, oh, it's Christmas time. Well, we don't celebrate it, but we get the time off, so we might as well just all come visit each other and celebrate just being together. Which I think is a different perspective and stuff, but I think it's interesting to think of that and be like, they're like, we have the tree up, but we're not celebrating Christmas, but we're all here to have fun and be together, so. You know, I'm just saying I would like to advocate for more holidays. So I would actually like time off for Chinese New Year. I would like that very much. Including with Christmas, Hanukkah. Hanukkah? Can we have time off then too? I would very much like more time off. Yeah, I think we need more public holidays. So that's really what I'm trying to say. I would like to see more of that. It's like, like if you go into like a Coles or whatever, you're not gonna see during like, I don't know. Let's go back to Hanukkah. You're not gonna see like the fucking the candle thing or whatever. I'm sorry, I don't know the details of Hanukkah, but like they just, it's not a commoditized. It's just like not a holiday, not like Christmas. Nothing is like Christmas, I guess. Anyway. Yeah, so that's what I think. I think it's very interesting. Merry Hello Christmas to everybody. I hope everyone had a really nice time, whether you celebrated or not. Yeah. Okay, so other things happening. Okay, before we get into the main thing of the video, Project Zomboid. Oh my god, Project Zomboid Build 42, kind of out. Unstable version is out. I called it. I am here to say right here and now, I knew it was going to come out during my holiday. I knew this because I knew, well, of course, one of my most favoritist games that I ever plays. I plays it all the times. I actually was playing it while doing research for this video. Of course a big update that hasn't happened in 3 years would come out while I'm away from the computer. Of course that would happen. And I was right. So, but I'm actually not too upset about it, honestly, because look, I know it's the unstable version. It's like the test branch of the update. They have not finished it. It's not finished yet. It's really just open testing. Way more testing for like more bugs and just seeing how like a lot of the new systems work. So I appreciate that. I think that like, considering that it's like it's fine. I'm still playing it, I'm still enjoying it, I'm still trying to play it to get used to it. At the moment with my settings, I have growing seasons turned off. I have the nutrition system turned off because at the moment the nutrition system it just doesn't work. It just doesn't. So sorry about that. Let me put out the projects. Sorry, timestamps. Yeah, so the nutrition system just is so bad. Like I started off a game and I tried my best to read a lot of like the Steam discussions before playing the new release just to get like information like what's kind of like fucking broken and like what is kind of like working. It seems a lot of stuff is really broken at the moment, which is quite disappointing. I have to say that I know that the community voted for less frequent updates that are like much bigger, but I have to say 3 years from like one update, 3 years since an update, I think 3 or 2 years, it's been a long time. That's really, I don't think that's what people were imagining. Now, I will give it to the Zomboid team. They managed to come out with a dev blog every month, the end of every month, to just sort of let you know, like, hey, here's how we're tracking. This is what we're doing. This is what we're struggling with. Like, I appreciate that. I think out of all the developers who do, like, early access games on Steam, that is, like, top tier. That is top tier, like, stuff. Like, seriously. It's nothing like Sons of the Forest, where they kind of went, here's 1.0 and, bye. I'm really fucking annoyed with how Sons of the Forest has turned out. I really am. I am. I'm annoyed. Uh, I had a good time with it. I really like playing it, I guess. I enjoy building a lot. But it's bad. Anyway, this isn't the fucking Steam early access review podcast, okay? Is it? Could be. Oh, don't even get me started on 7 Days to Die. Holy fuck. That game has had like so many liposuctions, facelifts, Brazilian butt lifts, and don't talk to me about 7 Days to Die. Just don't talk to me about it because you don't want to hear it, okay? You don't want to hear it. So yeah, I've been having fun with Zomboid, and I am loving exploring the new test branch, if you will. I just wish that people would be more logical with it. I see, like, my mistake is probably going into the Steam discussions. I don't know what it is, but like, ever since I discovered Steam discussions, I'm like, ooh, I like reading in this area. I don't know. I find it kind of validating sometimes. But it's definitely like kind of like you don't want to go there. If you get like rage baited easily, you don't want to go there. Don't do it. There's a lot of people who like try to farm Steam rewards. Because you know when someone comments something, you can like give them a little reward or badge, I think. I think they're badges. So people will really try to farm those. Usually it's pretty obvious to me, but like not everyone seems to understand when it's happening. So don't go there. It's not for the weak of heart. Yeah, but I just wish people were more like logical. There's so many people who are like, wow, we've waited so long and this is what they're giving us. And it's like, it's an unstable branch for a reason, bro. Seriously. But yeah, I have to say that I feel like they tried to squeeze way too much into one update. Like they've done like the lighting system, they've tried to put in animal husbandry. Why is it even called animal husbandry? I don't even know. It's like that's weird. You just know a man came up with that name. Sorry, it's true. All right. So should we get into the TikTok mom that's pissing everybody off? I know I want to get into it, so yeah. Let's how do we find out about this woman? Her name is Alex Sabol. Alex Sabol? Alex Sabol. Who is Alex Sabol? Well, let's go down that rabbit hole. Alex Sabol is a TikTok content creator. I believe she has a YouTube now that she does like she had like a couple of Christmas videos I saw recently about like wrapping presents. We'll get into that in a minute. She's namely a controversial figure because she posts videos of her creating her children food. And I think she is the pioneer of this trend where people will record themselves at the stove and they'll just do the most like diabolical cooking videos where it's like they just throw a whole slab of like minced chicken in a pan and they just start breaking it up and they're like breathing really heavy and they're just like and the reason why Alex Sabol is like so controversial is because she's making food for her children who are quite young. I don't remember the ages of all of them, but it's like she has 3 kids. I think she has an oldest son who's like 8 years old, and then a youngest daughter who's like 2, maybe 3. And then somewhere in the middle, there's someone else there. I think another daughter, maybe. But the I think the youngest daughter and the oldest son are like the more prominent figures in, I guess, the videos and stuff. And we're going to go through a lot of that, which is kind of trigger warning. We're going to be talking about like child abuse, allegedly, attempts at slide, if you know what I mean. Suicide. Why am I even sugarcoating it? I don't need to worry about what I say. I don't think. Yeah. Anyway, that's something that we're talking about. And I don't know, you might be triggered just by like her general way of being. Sorry. Sorry, Alex, but it's kind of true. Yeah, so that's Alex Sabol. She's just a real she's a real figure. And I'm going to tell you at the very start here, this is a tale about why you don't put yourself out on the internet. Or it could be a tale about someone who is fully aware of the content that they're making and the reason why she gets millions and millions of views. I think, in my personal opinion, before going through everything, I think she's fully aware of everything she's doing. She's quite, um, I think one day she just posted a video and it went viral. So she went, oh, this works. So I'm going to keep doing it. And that's really what like most people who become like very prominent TikTokers do is they find one thing that works and they just keep doing it, which is a fine thing to do. I don't really judge anyone who does that. I think, I've done it in the past as well. It's like if you find something that works and you keep going with it. But the problem that a lot of people have with Alex Sabol in specificness is just her general like attitude, and she's had some controversies. A lot of videos that I'm going to be sort of talking about are ones that I only found through YouTube videos talking about her. These videos have been scrubbed from TikTok. Even her notorious donut video, which is what kind of skyrocketed her into like, I'm not going to say fame, but yeah, I'll say it, just fame. This is what skyrocketed her into fame, is this donut video where she's like, I'm a mom of 3 and I'm tired and I'm 27 and I'm gonna give her some donuts for breakfast. You know what's funny? I actually had a donut for breakfast today. I'm 26 and I had a donut for breakfast. So yeah, that's how things are going for me too. Alex Sabol is my mom. There we have it. It's out. I am the third child. So yeah, there's this famous video where she takes the donut, she's like cutting into him. I think it's like, for me, when I watch her videos, what aggravates me is that just like the general way that she does things is what makes me go like, why are you doing it like that? Which I think is part of like why it goes like so viral. She has like 500,000 followers. Sorry, let me mute that. I have TikTok on the side on my laptop here, so one of the benefits of doing the podcast like this is that you have my full attention. There's no laptop on my lap. Oh my god, that's why they're called laptops. Wait, what? Oh my god, let's edit that out. Let's edit that out. Oh my god, they're called laptops because they go in your lap? Blonde moment. Okay, let's have a look. Alex Baby 97. She has 542k followers, 26 million likes. And let me just say, she does so many sponsored videos. Like, oh my god, she gets so many sponsors, which I'm not at all surprised about. When you have those kind of numbers and you get sponsorships, I feel like the money is pretty good there. Like, that is pretty good money. She even said in a more recent video that she finally managed to get a house because, and like she was like saying like, oh, I never thought I'd be able to do this and stuff. So she recently got a house, allegedly, I think, apparently. And she, to be honest, she doesn't really share that much of her personal life anymore, I don't think. A lot of her most recent videos are just like maybe her parents, her plate dinner with me for my 5-year-old as a woman who's got 50 billion children and is tired. Dinner for my kids as a 27-year-old mum of 3 who's secretly a chef. Now, I'm not gonna lie, her views are down quite a bit as of lately. Yeah, lately she... Oh, but then we have a 1 million view one. Dinner for my 8-year-old because food's expensive as a mum of 3. and it's McDonald's. It, it okay. See, I genuinely feel like she's I'm not gonna say cosplaying, but judging from like the videos that I watched, it seems that she did come from a disadvantaged position initially. There's been some allegations about her getting government assistance and then not really reporting to government officials about her income on TikTok or something. However, she has debunked that. Well, she kind of came out and said no, that's not true because the person who's like alleging stuff against her is her ex-girlfriend. Okay, okay, but stay with me now. She was in a throuple with a woman called D, I think, and her boyfriend was the one who kind of left Alex to be with D. And then D, I think, was like, well, Alex needs to be in with it too because I like Alex. So it seemed like there was a thing between Alex and D, and there was a guy involved as well who was more into D or something. And then what ended up happening, I think, is the guy broke up with D to be with Alex. I don't know if they're still together. I know, crazy, right? So yeah, this it's a messy situation. It's a messy situation, but I mean, Alex also said something about the breakup being quite amicable. Like her son still plays Fortnite with D apparently. So I don't know where these allegations came from or like why D came out to say all these things if it was supposedly like a amicable separation. But oh yeah, and there's also another dude in the picture who's the oldest son's biological dad. They're not together. Like the Alex and the biological dad aren't together, but he has joint custody over the oldest son. And that's where we would kind of, well, we won't get to that yet, but we're talking about the throuple situation, okay? Bear with me, bear with me. I say to myself. So it's really quite weird, but the ex-girlfriend D allegedly alleged that she was doing some kind of like fraud or something because we do know apparently that Alex at one point was on food stamps. She said in a video herself that she had food stamps or they were going to a food bank, and food banks, I've never had personal experience with like food banks or food stamps, but they can only offer what they can offer, right? They don't have like a whole pantry of like healthy foods. So it's one of those things where in the beginning, before she got TikTok famous, if she was dealing with those, she probably couldn't really afford to do like the healthiest things, right? So that's fair. Okay, that's fair. However, as time has passed and she's gotten more money, we've seen videos where she does like a haul where she bought like $2,200 worth of video games after getting paid. And people were very upset about that because they were like, well, how can you spend almost 3 grand on video games when you have children who could, you could afford proper like fruit and vegetables, right? Anyway, so she goes on this whole tirade about like, and you'll still probably see videos of her talking about this now where she's like, well, you only see what I show you, and you can't just assume that every single meal is Cheetos and fucking Fritos and whatever the fuck else, curly fries and yada yada yada. And it's one of those things where it's like, well, yeah, but if that's all you're gonna show, then that's kind of what people are gonna surmise from that, right? That's just what kind of makes sense to me. And so like, yeah. So she gets upset and she makes all these videos being like, you don't know us, I'm a mom of 3, I'm tired, I'm depressed, I have OCD, I have problems. And I empathize with all those problems actually. I do. The depression, the OCD, the anxiety, sleep problems. She said she has sleep problems, PTSD, she has chronic nightmares or something, I think. She listed off a whole lot of things that just basically wrong with her. So in that I do kind of go, you know what? That's fair. I understand that. Being a mom of three, single, and trying to make sure everyone's taken care of, it's probably pretty fucking hard. I'm just gonna say that. That's probably pretty hard. And I think we're seeing this like turn in society where we're noticing that there's like this shift of blame to like mothers. Or there's always been this like blaming on mothers, like, oh, well, because they're the default carer most of the time, they're treated as like they just can't do anything right. They just can't do anything that's the right way, you know? And I'm seeing a lot of people talk about a double standard of like, well, if she was like a skinny, conventionally attractive, which by the way is really fucking rude to say that. Oh my god. People are saying like, people would just be like nicer to her if she was like conventionally attractive. Oh my god, I'm gagged. People are trying to defend her, but they're just calling her ugly in the same sentence. Okay? So people are just saying that if she looked like skinny and pretty, that's what people are saying, then people would care as much if she gave her daughter like donuts for breakfast and chicken nuggets and chips. To which I feel like it's like, yeah, I get it. It's like I get it, but let's move on to the allegations of child abuse. And so the allegations of child abuse kind of they kind of spur from a lot of things that she's said herself. But at the moment it's all allegations. There's nothing like that's really like concrete, or like I just want everyone to know that this is not like a confirmed CPS report or anything. It's not like that. This is stuff that she has said in her own video that you now cannot find unless you look at it on YouTube. And is this? It's very serious. It's actually very, very serious because her oldest son actually attempted to, you know, commit suicide, right? This happened. This happened. And she talks about it in one of her videos because she had to respond to the allegations that I think D or like, yeah, I think it was D made them. Ex-girlfriend. So she had to respond, and she did. And she talked about in this video how he was I can't remember if the detail was like he was hitting himself or something, or he was just he was very unhinged. They took him to the hospital. He did not want to go home to his dad because of joint custody and the way that that works. You know, obviously we all know one parent gets kid for X amount of time, and then next parent or other parent gets that kid for the other amount of time, right? And the son didn't want to go with his dad. The son said to her, as she put it, if I'm remembering correctly, she said that he told her that he was being abused and he didn't want to go back home to his dad. And the problem that she said about this situation is that the son is going to private school, which is like, oh my god, private school? Holy shit, you must be fucking rich. You guys must be fucking packed. If he's going to private school, what the fuck? Anyway, she said that he has to go to private school in the zone district where the dad lives. So it must be kind of far from where she is, because she said in the zone that she lives in, the son was mistreated, or he was like bullied, so he can't go back to that school zone or something. Don't know. Like, you must live really rural or something, because as far as I know, when it comes to like school zones, it might be different in America, but I don't know. That's tough. That's tough for me to talk about because I guess like you could have multiple schools in one school zone though, right? I don't know. But either way, he's getting a private education at a certain school and he needs to attend it in order to stay there or something. So, I mean, who knows how true any of like what she's saying is, because we've already established that she is willing to do things to follow where like the views go. But she did delete the video, or she privated it, so there has to be some kind of reason for that, right? Or maybe it just got deleted because it was like sensitive or something, I don't know. Or maybe she just didn't want people to come back and look for it, because for me personally, I didn't know any of this stuff about her. No one talks about Alex Sabol and her controversy. People focus a lot on like the way that she looks, and people focus a lot on the food that she gives her children, supposedly. Um, yeah, but no one has talked about like these past issues. And I have a really big problem with the way that this situation was handled, because it's like, is it, which one is worse? You go to a school where you were mistreated, that's pretty bad. Or do you literally, like, the son literally tried to off himself because he didn't want to go back to his father. Let that sink in. I think that that is a strong indicator that the son is potentially being abused by his father. Or it could be getting abused at that school too. And I think having all of this information out on the internet definitely doesn't help the children at all. There was even a clip where the son was saying, like, oh boy, I can't wait to read the comments on this video. It must be incredibly damaging to know that at all times your mother is filming, she's filming things, she's showing your face on camera. Like, she's recording your interactions. There was like one time where she was recording her son being like, hey, do I smile much? Do I smile at all? Because people in the comments will be like, wow, you look so depressed, or you look like you're fucking miserable. And then she makes these TikToks like addressing these comments and stuff, but it's really just. And to put your kids in those videos and make. Like, if you're having a hard time with the comments, that's between you and that. Don't include your children in that. Just don't. That's not. They don't deserve to be in between petty internet drama. They just don't. And if doing these TikToks is so bad for your mental health, then stop doing them. Just stop. But she does it because it makes her a lot of money. And so we're kind of seeing a recurring issue with content creation, controversy, and financials. Like people like Amberlyn Reed. I know we somehow talk about Amberlyn Reed like all the time. I'm obsessed with her. I'm in girly pop nation, okay? It's called Girl It's called Girl World. Girl World. Wow, that was a lot harder to say than I thought it would be. Anyway, so there's like this real big issue of Alex breaking boundaries and gossiping about her children. I call it gossip personally because I feel like giving out all this information about your children on the internet is like, why are you even doing this? Like, why are you saying this stuff? Like, I just immediately think that if you're going to, like, imagine if your son's peers at school see that video talking about how he attempted to, commit and stuff. Imagine if they see that. Imagine if they see that and they use that against him. Or the father. The father seeing that. Like, it's terrible. And then she also was trying to prove that her children are not unhealthy by posting pictures of them in their school uniforms, being like, hey, my kid is like 8 or something, or 6 years old, and they're just chubby, they're not obese or anything, so they're not unhealthy. Which again is one of those things where I think she should know that you cannot judge a person's healthiness based on just like if they're like, got skin, extra skin or whatever, if they're like flabby or not. Like, someone could look at me and be like, oh, she looks like she's so healthy. I had a donut for breakfast. And I'm probably gonna have another one soon. Yikes. Actually, if I'm being honest, I'm probably gonna have some grapes. Grapes after this. I've been craving grapes. My god. Yeah, so the fact that the son doesn't even want to see his dad, massive. Massive motherfucking red flag to me. Massive red flag. I cannot begin to imagine how you can go, well, going to a private school is way more important. I mean, sure, he tried to, like, do one of the worst things ever, but he'll get over it, right? I don't know. It just doesn't sound right. But I wonder if things have changed for the better because, as I said earlier, she's bought a new house, and I think she did say something about wanting to live closer to, like, the dad and stuff, but I just feel like if your kid says something like that, there are ways to get, like, emergency custody or emergency court orders to kind of investigate these things. I think that if your child says something like that, that's not like that's not something that should be ignored. And I think that for me is one of the biggest issues. But there's another really big issue that I have with Alex Sabol. And there's another video, and again, who knows how real this is? She could have been just taking the piss. But Alex, I'm taking you as you're presenting yourself. I don't know you in real life. I don't know you at all, actually, but I do know what you choose to put online. And if you're going to present yourself in this certain type of way, then I'm going to treat you like the individual you portray yourself to be. And that is what we call the consequences of our actions. This is the issue with putting yourself out there and making yourself look a certain type of way for a bag. And if you think that is harsh and if you think that is mean, then I think that that is just a result of your own actions. So she makes this video talking about being a silky mom. Now, I myself have never fucking heard of this stupid ass term, silky mom? Silky mom? It's so fucking stupid. Oh my god. It's so stupid. It's kind of a play on how you know how there's like crunchy moms? God. There's crunchy moms, there's almond moms, now there's silky moms. This might be an older video actually. I'm not sure how old it is, but I never heard of this. I think there's a reason why the silky mom trend never picked up. And basically, it's like the opposite of all like the health obsessed parents. It's like, yeah, we give our kids like undivided screen time. We let them have whatever the fuck they want. If they want to have fairy floss for dinner, go right ahead, have fairy floss for dinner. Don't give a fuck. So let me see if I can find the crunchy mom thing. Oh yeah, god, this video was so annoying. And like the people defending Alex, I have to say, would you still defend her if you knew about the problems with her son? And basically turning a blind eye to abuse, allegedly? Because I'm not gonna lie, at first, when I first started making the video for this, what we're doing right now, at first my opinion was very much like, you know what? She's feeding her kids, who knows how much of it is real? Like shit. Like I was coming from the perspective of like she's probably making these like cooking videos, these like horribly demonic cooking videos, downright terrible. And she's probably not even like eating it or even serving it to her kids at the end. It's probably just food waste, let's be fucking real. But the more I look, the more I think like it's probably real. I don't see why it would be not real, I guess. Man, I wish this video had fucking timestamps. Y'all better be thankful for the timestamps on my videos. But yeah, so the silky mom's trend. Oh, here we are. Oh my god.
I'm a silky mom. That means that my 4-year-old has 2 tablets, my 1-year-old has 1, and my son has a Switch. Of course, my kids have TVs in their room.
Her mindset involving
Oh my god. So here comes my second personal issue with Alex, and my issue is um screen time for toddlers. Yeah. Now, as you may know me a little bit, is I've been deep diving a lot into children development, child development and stuff. In my normal in my normal life, I'm pretty interested in like nutrition and just sort of like health and human development. I studied it for like 2 years. I studied psychology for like 2 or 3 years. And let me think. I've done food classes, sewing classes. Like when I think about it, my public school education was actually pretty good. They actually teach you a lot of really good skills. So I'm very interested in like development and like especially like child development because I think it's so important to understand that there's a lot of things that we might lazily fall back on that are super damaging to like the way children develop. Now, I myself, I don't have any kids yet. Yet. I don't have any yet, actually. But I'm, I guess you could say, researching for the future. Anyway, screen time is like, I don't mean to be. I'm gonna be dramatic for a moment, and I'm so sorry if this is triggering, but I'm gonna say screen time for children is like cancer to their brain. It really is. And I'm not being like an almond mum, like fucking. I'm not being like silly about it. Screen time for children is so fucking damaging to like your children's welfare, the way that they grow up. It delays them developmentally, which I will get into right now. Alex Alex said in a video that her 1 year old, I think she's now 2, but her 1 year old at the time would only eat chicken nuggets. She said the chicken nuggets were her 1 year old's safe food. Now, you might have heard safe food before. Safe food is kind of like a thing where if you have like sensory issues, if you're maybe like on the spectrum, there might be certain foods and textures that are like they're consistent or they're just like something that you're really like comfortable with. And when you deal with food textures that you're not comfortable with or that you're like really like, whoa, what the fuck is this? Then it can be like, I can't eat this. I can't eat this. I don't think you have to be on the spectrum to have like safe foods or like food issues. There's like ARFID too, which I've been learning a little bit about. I'm not super well versed on ARFID, but anyway, a child pediatrician person, I forget all the names for like them, they came on and they said that for a 1 year old to have a preference for like softer foods or foods that are like way easy to eat could be a sign of not undeveloped motor skills. And so I think what Alex is misinterpreting her toddler's fussiness for actually being a little bit underdeveloped. I think I think by 1 years old they should children should or toddlers should actually be able to handle food a lot better physically, I guess. Yeah, I think it happens around like 9 to oh, was it 9 to 12 or 9 to 14 months? I looked this up the other day and I can't remember it, fuck. But it's one of those things where children with bad motor development skills will prefer foods that are much easier to like grab, but it's also motor skills in their like jaw. So they're like physically unable to like chew on foods like that are a bit more challenging for their age, like grapes and stuff. I think it was like she said grapes or something. Man, I wish I saved that video, but I didn't. But yeah, I mean, this is all research I did today, so it's all very fresh in my mind. So I'm trying my best to remember. Yeah, so it's like one of those things where you see the videos of her house, like her cooking situation, like her stove, and it's just like the living standards just don't seem good. which is really sad. But she does do a lot of videos where she's like, here's all the things I bought. Like, her recent Christmas video really, like fucking annoyed me. Because there's just so much stuff. There's so much fucking stuff in this video. All stuff that she bought for, she said one of her kids, this was just for one of her kids, but then in another video, she used the same footage and said it was for a different kid. So, again, very inconsistent on that. Either way, it's a lot of presents. Even if it's all, like, collectively for, like, 3 kids, it's a lot of stuff. And I try to be, like, not super, what is it? What's the word for it? Consuming? I don't try to be, like, over consumptive of things, but this is just, like, you look at all of these presents and all these toys and just think, like, how many of these things are your kids actually going to play with? Are they actually going to enjoy them? Like, are they really going to like this stuff? And how many of this is going to be thrown out in a couple of years? It's just like, I don't know. It's just everything about, like, the way that she presents herself, everything is just, like, overconsumption in every possible meaning of the word. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because people talk about, like, consumerism and overconsumption, and then they don't talk about, like, this kind of overconsumption. But of course, she made a whole video wrapping all the presents. What I got my 5-year-old for Christmas. That must be the middle child, maybe. So yeah, she does this video. She's talking about the lighting and how the lighting's not great. Oh my god, me! That's so me. Okay, I cannot skip forward in the video. I fucking hate my laptop, man. I need to fix this thing. So yeah, she did quite a few boxing Christmassy stuff, but didn't really get that much views. So to me, it kind of looks like she's trying to branch out from, like, the TikTok food making videos, and she's trying to branch to, like, YouTube. Makes sense because there was that whole thing about, like, TikTok being taken away, but now I've heard TikTok's actually not being taken away from Americans, so yay! Yay, America! There's been a lot of stuff happening with that, but I have not been keeping up with... I haven't been keeping up with Elon and Trump, you know? It's like the next Kardashians. Can you keep up with them? I can't keep up with them. There's something new happening all the time. Alright, so she got her YouTube channel, which, I actually want to look that up right now. Alex... I wrote CUwK. CUwK Legends. Alex Sabol. Okay. Oh, well, okay. Democrat Alex Sabol announces run for Indiana House District 25 4 years ago. Oh, shit. That's why we say Alexandra. Sorry, Queen. Alright. I'm just gonna wait for this to load because my fucking... Did you guys hear about the honey stuff? Wasn't that crazy? Honey is a scam. That's insane, dude. That's insane. Actually, I always thought that the reason I never got discounts on honey was because, like, I'm in Australia, but turns out it's just a waste of time and a scam, allegedly. Alright, she has 2 YouTube videos up. Hey, they're both doing better than my videos, so who am I to judge? What the fuck? Her fucking banner? So lazy. It's literally just a screenshot of her TikTok name and then how many followers she has and likes. Oh my god. Okay, here's, like, another thing that's kind of, like, conjecture, I guess, or, like, it's like, whatever. We're gossiping at this point, guys. So there's, like, a thing where she, in her videos, she kind of, like, low-key ignores her children. Like, there's one video where her daughter's, like, saying, I love you, I love you. And she's just, like, cooking, she's, like, chopping up chicken. And she's just, like, ignoring the kid, which, when I saw that, I thought that was so sad, you know? It's so sad that she recorded that, looked back on that, and then went upload. Isn't that sad? Like, I'm telling you, every single upload is intentional. As someone who sometimes makes TikToks, when you look at the video, you edit it, you go through all the steps, and you click post. That is a very intentional thing. That's like super. There's no other way to say it. And she looked back on that video and she went, "Yep, I'm uploading that." Anyway, so people were saying like, "Oh, she seems so depressed in her videos," but when she's talking about like how many views she's getting or how many followers she has, she always seems like she's like super upbeat, she's like super happy and like proud of herself. But then anytime it comes to interacting with her kids, she's just like not even there. Sponsored, gifted, branded, 23 posts. I think she has way more sponsored things than that. It's just not all in her playlist. Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people sympathize with her. Like, she makes these videos like easy dinner as a very overstimulated mum of 3 under 8. And it's just chicken nuggets. It's like, I get it, you know, I do. And I understand there's a lot of people who empathize with that, but I cannot believe no one is really talking about the situation with the son. And, you know, it's one of those things where we'll probably never really know that much about the details of things, but I just. I think, like, another thing that bothers me as well is that you can say, like, oh, I've got all these mental problems, like, you know, I'm just trying my best, just exist and just make sure my kids are fed. And sure, at first I was like, fuck yeah, like, at least they're fed, you know? That is kind of like, at the end of the day, one of the most important things, especially when you're an adult, is that you get fed. You get fed and you don't skip meals because that's like really bad for you, right? Oh my god. But then just like hearing about all the iPads, like the iPads, my kids have access to iPads whenever they want, all times, unsupervised. That's fucked up. And I think when you're starting to make enough money where you can actually like buy a freaking house, or where you can spend like 3K on fucking video games. And I don't even want to know how much money she spent on the Christmas presents. That stuff that's gotta cost a lot of money. It's just gotta. Like, I can't believe it. Yeah, so the fact that she's spending all this money, she's getting these brand deals, but it's like, I'm sorry, you can't take yourself to like the fucking doctors and go to therapy or something? Like, for someone to be able to make enough money to live their life like this, and then even buying all this junk food, like, that's expensive too. Junk food's expensive. It really fucking is, especially here in, well, maybe it's different in America, but here, it's like, that shit costs a lot of money. And all the meat, it's like, come on, man. Everyone tells content creators to get a real job. Yes, they do. So anyway, yeah. Yeah. And I know that it sounds probably incredibly, like, rude for me to be like, just go to therapy. Go to fucking therapy. You know what I'm fucking saying? Like, you have OCD, you have anxiety, you have depression, you have all these problems. Go to the doctors, get a fucking prescription for an antidepressant, and then go to therapy in tandem with that, because otherwise, what are you doing with your life? And I guess I say that from like my own perspective because I struggle with depression and anxiety. I have some OCD habits too. I'm not diagnosed with OCD. I have CPTSD. Yeah, like I've got problems too. And I think that when I noticed that stuff was interfering with my daily life, I was like, yeah, I need help. There's no problem with getting help. There really isn't. There's no problem with it. wouldn't you want to get better so you can give your kids a better life, or so you can be there for your kids in a much healthier way? I'm not talking about healthier in like terms of like nutrition. I'm talking about like mentally healthier. Because and then you look at like her and it's like, I don't think you're the way you are. I think you're the way you are because you're abusing yourself. That's what I think. I mean, that's my opinion, right? Like I can see whatever the fuck, right? But that's just like what that's why I come here. I come here to say my opinion. So if you disagree with my opinion, that's fair. I just think that ugh. Let's get some money off already reasonable light glasses. Alright, whatever. So yeah, that was the that was the TikTok mom that's pissing everyone off, including me now. At first I was like, you know what? I'm not that pissed off, but when I started watching videos of people reviewing her and talking about the abuse, I was like, that is fucked. That is fucked. And I don't think it's really common knowledge like at all, if I'm being if I'm being serious. I'm always being serious, right? Look, I get it. What worked for me probably won't work for everyone else, and I just think it's so sad though that like getting help is seen as like a weakness, or it's seen as like, oh, titty's coming out, or it's seen as like I don't know, like you're weak, or you're fucked or something. Like I took antidepressants for a year, and I did therapy as well. So much better for it. You know, like the way I see it is like I'm trying to get through all my shit. Wait, I just realized something. Wait, she's 27 and her oldest son is like 8 years old. Oh my god, she is I'm just realizing this now. She is a young mother. Oh my god. Wow. Mind blown. That is pretty young for a mother, I have to say. If you're giving birth, she gave birth at like 19 or like 20. That's really young. Okay. I will say, if TikTok was able to get her the money she needed to make herself more secure and look after like the family a bit better, that's good. I think that's good. And if you're sacrificing your mental health because you're making all this like controversial content, but in turn you're kind of putting that towards your kids, like that is a pretty big sacrifice for someone to make. But you do have to like think about how is this going to affect her kids in the long run. Like they may be provided for, but are they being neglected in some other way? Like when your parents are going through sorry, when your parents are going through like mental problems, that's not like you as a child, you're not impervious to looking at that. Like you don't see that and you ignore it. Like that you kind of absorb that a little bit as a child. But yeah, so that's what I think. In conclusion, I just think that I would have liked to see Alex, I don't know, try and make some positive changes for herself. I did see a video though where she actually has lost weight since I think since she started doing TikTok. She actually has lost a bit of weight. It's actually quite cool to look at. Sorry, I'm like trying to find the videos again because the tab crashed. Oh yeah, and it's kind of sad because she here's this video where it's her and her sister dancing, and her sister did pass away, which is really sad. I really feel for her on that. Her sister passed away. I don't know what she passed away from, but you know. Oh, that's an ominous comment. Sad, but soon you will meet again. But yeah, it does kind of seem like, looking at this video, it does kind of seem like nutritional understanding is very important. And I think that it's when you don't teach your kids about nutrition and stuff, it's like kind of just repeats itself over and over again, generationally. And it's really sad how little people really understand about like nutrition. But in saying that, look, Alex says that she feeds her kids fruit and vegetable like all the time. She says she does, then she says she just shows like the unhealthy videos, but then she posts like so many videos. It's really hard to find. I couldn't find any of those controversial videos on her TikTok like at all. So I think she's scrubbed a lot of it off, to be honest. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, and then we had this video of the chip try test. Can load. This was a sponsored video, by the way. And someone commented, if I paid for this sponsorship and this is what I got. Yeah, kind of relatable. I'd be the same, I reckon. It's a very lazy video. What the fuck? Chip try test. Bruh. Oh my god. I even restarted my computer before doing this. But my laptop cannot handle it. It cannot handle one TikTok page. I really need to reinstall Windows on this. It's just finding the time to do it, you know? Okay, well, anyway. Guess I'm not showing that. Wow, it is really bad. My computer's lagging. Okay, here we go.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Hey guys, it's Alex, and we're gonna be trying these chip flavors we were sent. So,
which one is this? Italian red meat.
Yeah. This
My fault. I like that.
Comment, is he your son? My god. They look more like siblings. Yeah, they kind of do, I guess. So your boyfriend vapes in the house around your kids. Anyway, the comments are basically what you'd expect from this. Man, paid sponsor though. That is quite a video to make for a paid sponsor. Anyway, so yeah, that's the old throuple thing that I was talking about earlier. Addressing my relationship questions. That was a video I was going to watch on here, but she really says like a whole lot of fucking nothing, where she goes on and on about like the breakup with D, and then she's like, do I regret spending money on D? No, I don't. I love D. D is awesome. Awesome. I don't regret spending a minute with D. She just talks so much about fucking the money aspect. She talks about money a lot. Not gonna lie. And then there was this video that, again, pisses me off because she shows her kids just their bare fucking faces in videos. And it's just fucking weird. Anyway, I'm not gonna show that because I would like to not show the children. Thank you. Anyway, wow. Chip test. Anyway, yeah, so I guess that's the video today, guys. I wish I could leave feeling a little bit better about things, but I'm actually kind of pissed off with her now. Fuck, I done pissed myself off today. Alright, well, anyway, welcome back, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I feel like it was a little bit, like, all over the place, so sorry about that if you just put it on for background noise. Oh my god, I hope that was nice for you. Me personally, I love background noise, so yeah, anyway. You are now educated on Alex Sabol, kind of. I can now unfollow her, yay, and probably block her, yay. I was following her because I didn't want to lose the account because I still wanted to get like videos and do research and yada yada yada. And it's a very forgettable name if I'm being honest. She kind of is just like the unhealthy food mom. That's kind of all her persona is to me online. Anyway, look, at the end of the day, final thoughts. You never know what someone's life is really like, I guess. So hopefully a lot of this is just like fake. Otherwise, it's gonna be the mom who portrays herself as like a bad mom ends up being a bad mom. Maybe, but who knows at the end of the day. So yeah, don't know. But I wish you all the best. I hope you have a great New Year's. Try to not stress out too much before the new year. I feel like this is such a weird period in the year because it's like it's not really the end of the year yet. Basically is. Like, do we still go to work? Do we still pay our bills? I guess we do. So I'm gonna hate that. I'm gonna hate that a lot. I return to streaming on the 2nd of January, Australian time, so, you know. So yeah, I'll see you later. I hope you had a good time, and peace.